Hello everybody, I'm back with a new YouTube video. I'm home alone, which means that there's no time like the present to film a video. So this is like, I don't know, it's sort of a favorites video, but also more so like, I mean, you can read the title. Kind of like keeping up with me and what I've been doing, what I've been making, what I've been reading, what I've been watching, maybe even what I've been eating. Yeah. Let's start off with music. Lots of Leonard Cohen. I'll link my last FM in the description. Yeah, Iodine is my favorite song right now. And then I've also been listening a lot to The Smiths, I Just Can't Stop, Help. But yeah, this is, I like to kind of, if I have a physical copy of an album, I like to show it off when I do this because it's more interesting than just like putting a picture or whatever on the screen. This is my vinyl copy of The Smiths Self-Titled, which is, I think, my favorite album by them. Actually, no, it is, because I have like a pin and a poster, and I have this on CD. But this I got at an antique store, and it's an early US press of the album, which is super fun. And then I've also been listening a lot to Three Kings Kill Four. And what I really like about it is it has his burning house artwork in the middle, which I want to get this tattooed. Anyway, my favorite song, actually the Three Kings Kill Four song I've been listening to the most is Wind Up Clock, but that's not on this album. It's included on the David Wojnarowicz documentary soundtrack. But on this actual album, I've really been liking Visitation has always been my favorite of theirs, and then also 5 out of 4. Let's move on to films. So I watched Blue Velvet recently, well, in the past month or so, and also Mulholland Drive. I watched that with my friend. Both were really, really great. And then I also finally found a copy of I Heard It Through the Grapevine, which is a James Baldwin documentary of him talking about or like reflecting on the civil rights movement. And then I also watched one of my favorite movie trilogies ever, which is I'm Being So Serious, the Diary of a Wimpy Kid trilogy. Okay, moving on, we have things I've made, and then we're gonna go into books. Recently, I made like 3 collages, so I thought I would show you guys what's up. This one is, I actually like finished it this morning. I don't know if it's like totally finished. And I framed my other collages, but I think this one I'm just gonna leave out so I can like tack it to the wall in my dorm. Really, I'm making these so I have more artwork to put in my dorm. Yay. Anyway, this is inspired by Giovanni's room. This is the photo that's on the cover of the Spanish edition of Giovanni's room, and I accidentally was trying to buy like 2 of these pictures, 4x6 images, and then I accidentally bought 4 of them. So I had some extras that I could cut up, so then I did that. Yeah, this border is from my grandma's piano sheet music. This photo in the background is my own photograph. It's a anthrotype with turmeric powder. Well, this is a scan of it, but yeah. And then this little thing that says Paris Visite is from my metro, or no, my bus card, I think, when I went to France. And then I have some text that's from the book that, well, not, I didn't cut up the book, but it says Tu sauf toi, all except you. So yes, yes. This is also sort of inspired by Giovanni's room a little bit, but more so it's inspired by the works of John Reggie and David Wojnarowicz, and then this series that David did with Jean-Pierre Delage when he was in Paris with this, of him holding this flower, which is why I have little flowers cut out. I really like this one, not to like be like I'm the best artist ever, but I really do like this one because I like kind of how seamless the background pieces kind of blend in together. So we have this cobblestone path, and then we have this car driving, which is actually a completely separate image from this street lamp sky tree thing over here. This frame is a little too big, so just ignore that. But I love the border. I like the, I don't know, I like how much detail is in this, just given how small this is. And like each thing is kind of like its own little section, but it all kind of blends together. It says preserve your home, And then this part says, I know home I'm going now. It says heritage a few times. And this one is about kind of the preservation of like male violence, patriarchal violence, generational violence in American households. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about other people's works. The Stone Face by William Gardner Smith. If you watched my last video, I talked about this book called Post-Colonial Paris, and in that book, this book is talked about and analyzed and whatever. This is about a African-American man who flees the United States and moves to Paris, but then he is kind of exposed to the plight of Algerians living in France, and it has to kind of reconcile this like kind of broken illusion of the City of Light. I'm not that far into it, as you can see. This is actually a reissue of this because it was out of print for a while, and I think it's good. I'm not like really impressed with it so far, but granted, I did just start it, and I do enjoy the kind of symbols that have come up so far. And then this, I'm not gonna talk too much about this because I did show it in my last video, but I actually did read this, and this is a collection of essays. Well, essays, letters, speeches, book reviews. There's a fiction piece in here, and I just wanted to kind of talk about some of my favorite pieces in this little thing. So, To Crush a Serpent talks a lot about like the religious right, and I don't know, I like can't even like give words to give this justice. This was written in 1987, it's the year that Baldwin passed, and it's just so, it's so beautifully written, it's so poignant, it's so relevant. Sorrow Songs, The Cross of Redemption. The way the essay is written is just really mimics kind of like the jazz form, and that's what I really liked about this essay. I just finished this last night. It's very heavy and quite large. This is Dear Jean-Pierre, which is David Wojnarowicz's correspondence to his French lover, Jean-Pierre Delage, and Jean-Pierre had kept all of the letters. Unfortunately, the letters that Jean-Pierre wrote to David aren't in here because those weren't saved, unfortunately. But just to see, like, eventually they stopped being together, and you know that when you start reading, but watching that unravel, it's just really sad, but also really heartwarming just how much they loved each other and how much they kept in contact, given the difficulty of being long distance and, you know, not seeing each other like once a year and for only brief periods of time. There's so many cool drawings in here, images I'd never seen. He sends Jean-Pierre copies of posters that he makes, and it's, I don't know, I really liked this. This made me cry a lot. But now that I've actually read everything in here, this is a great coffee table book. Anyway, oh, I have to show my one last thing. Let me go get it. Guys, the angle of the video changed, and now I'm kind of mad about it. Anyway, you remember earlier in this video where I said that I'd talk about what I've been eating lately? I didn't want to disappoint. This is the Trader Joe's frozen meal butter chicken. Well, is the chicken kind of rubbery? Yeah. Is the rice kind of watery? Yeah. Is the portion kind of small? Yeah. But if I can get buttered chicken in 7 minutes in the microwave, I'm gonna be excited about it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to get at least one more video out before I go back to school. Yeah, bye.